Through the first week of USC fall camp practices, there are several positions on offense that have a lot of flux right now. We're talking about the offensive line, where at center there are some issues with snaps. At the two guard spots, not really settled as far as who the starters will be. But at the offensive tackle spots, things seem pretty secure. You have Chad Wheeler on the left side, you have Zach Banner on the right side, and there really haven't been any changes from the starting lineup at those two positions. So when you look at the offensive line and how critical that's going to be, still work needs to be done on the interior, but on the outside, the Trojans seem pretty set. And then flipping out to wide receiver, there was a lot of concern coming into fall camp about how the reserves were going to look. You had Nelson Aguilar set at one spot. You had Darius Rogers seemingly set at the other spot, and Darius is still set right there. But at the reserves, George Farmer has been healthy, and he's challenging Darius. You've got Ajane Harris as a freshman making great strides, and you've got Stephen Mitchell going about half the time right now as he continues to rehab his knee and get it back into full training shape. But when Stephen Mitchell is out there, he is the one running with the first unit at the slot receiver spot. To get a recap on those two positions, we talked to Zach Banner and George Farmer. Zach, just give us your thoughts on the first week of fall camp so far.
It was beautiful. We're getting up and down the field fast. We're stronger. That's all based because of Coach Ivan Lewis, and it just feels good to be back here with the Cardinal and Gold on.
Speaking of strength, talk about where your hips right now. In the spring, you said you were limited in your strength. Where are you at right now?
I'm not limited anymore. There's no more excuses. There's no more talking about it. Now we got to get it done. We got a couple weeks till Fresno State, but right now we got to take care of ourselves during camp.
What are you liking about the way the offense is developing so far?
I like how fast it is. I like how, the offensive line, we know our calls. We're getting a lot of the young guys on board, but we're a whole unit, and we move as best as our, slowest player. So we got to get everybody up and going.
And then you get to go against Leonard Williams every day in practice. How does that help your development?
It's beautiful. He's the best player in the country. It makes me feel good to go against him every single day, and, it's only going to get me better.
George, you're seeing more and more comfortable out there on the field right now as you're coming back from your injury. Talk about how comfortable you are.
I'm very comfortable. There's no restraints in the knee. Everything feels good, and I feel confident. I'm just ready to keep going forward and get ready for Fresno State.
How are you seeing your role developing within this offense?
I feel good about it. I'm making plays, getting the playbook down, and just being a big brother to these young guys, and just keep pushing forward and keep being a leader and a veteran on this team.
Is that a new role for you, being the veteran right now?
Definitely. I'm taking on that new role. It's all coming together as I get back on the field, but, it's nothing new. So, I just got to keep pushing forward and keep going.
How do you see the depth of receiver right now? Seems like that's one of the things that's really developing right now.
Yeah, we have a lot of great guys. We got a lot of young guys coming in. We got a lot of guys to back up, special guys to come up in, not just in the ones, the twos, and the threes. We got even fours, to come back in and just make plays, dude. We got a lot of guys.